America is an irradiated wasteland. Within it lies a city. Outside the boundary walls, a desert. The cursed earth. Inside the walls, the cursed city, stretching from Boston to Washington, D.C. An unbroken concrete landscape. Only one thing fighting for order in the chaos. The men and women of the Hall of Justice. Juries. Executioners. Judges.
Flagging 3 perps. Responders needed in subsector 20, flyover 5.
We have a positive ID on 3 suspects, wanted on multiple counts. Any judges, please respond.
Direct control. In pursuit of vehicles, sector 13. Driving erratic. Suspects are under the influence of narcotics.
After rewatching Dredd from 2012, I grew an appreciation for how great a superhero movie it is. As an independent comic separate from DC and Marvel, and presented as a standalone hero of its own, this movie hit with originality and a level of uniqueness you just won't see in modern comic book movies. Today we're going to go through how and why to what makes Dredd an outlier as a bastion to what comic book movies should be in a wasteland of Marvel and DC slop. What up you guys, I'm Kent E.S. Larwell, and I'm a writer YouTuber who talks about everything from philosophy, politics, storytelling, and more. The easiest way to support what I do is to subscribe to this channel and like this video. It's free and takes a second to do. This movie hits real hard and real fast, and it should be no surprise, like many of the other movies that I review, that you can watch this for free on Tubi. Unlike all of those other slop comic book movies that you have to watch these days, that you have to pay for on Disney or whatever else. This one's 100% free if you just check it out on Tubi. And if you talk to a Tubi exec, tell them that they should be paying me for this, because they're not, at least not yet. Dredd takes place in a dystopian future where people have all gathered in megacities while the world outside is left in environmental ruin. Crime is rampant as only an elite squad of police officers, called judges, deliver law and order in their own hands. Judge Dredd is one of these judges. In the movie, he takes on a rookie to investigate the crime activity going on in one of the megacity's mega-block apartment complexes. From this plot alone, we can see how straightforward this movie is. The breakdown of the first 10 minutes could go something like this. We first see Judge Dredd in action killing some criminals to show us the tone and setting of the story. Then we quickly jump to Judge headquarters to introduce the rookie sidekick character, and then decide to roll out to face the crime boss, the one baddie of the whole movie. There is zero fat in this introduction. We learn real fast what the world is like, what the protagonists are all about, and what they plan to accomplish by the end of the film. While this is all done in 10 minutes, there are entire comic book movies that can seem to fail at one or even all 3 of these things. Comic book movies don't need to be an origin film. Most, if not all of the people choosing to watch these movies already know the backstory behind these characters, so we don't need a whole movie depicting what we already know. And for the few who don't know the comics, then all you need to do is set the tone quickly and make it clear what the characters' powers and motives are. Even if you have no idea of what Judge Dredd is all about, the first 10 minutes covers all you need to know. You then set out on the adventure and just strap in for the action-packed ride that it is. Another strength of Dredd is how laser focused it stays on keeping the story to a single enclosed area. You could describe Dredd as a single stage movie. The whole movie, except for the preamble, takes place in one location, the apartment complex where the criminals are hiding. The whole movie is Judge Dredd and his sidekick going from hall to hall, apartment to apartment, fighting criminals and learning how to track down the leader of the gang. At no point do they jump back to the HQ to do a debrief, or go to a hospital to heal up from some gun wounds, or even settle at home for a night to sidetrack things with some domestic plot development. Not every comic book movie has to be this direct, but with so many other comic book adaptations being convoluted and drawn out, it's no surprise Dredd hits you like a breath of fresh air. We also need to talk about the action sequences. In Dredd, action is to the point and carries the narrative of the story forward. They never overstay their welcome in an endless tit-for-tat battle with no real defining purpose to what the drawn-out conflict was for in the first place. Action sequences are snappy, with very little filler, and when the fight is done, our group of heroes have either learned something new or accomplished something integral to their overlying mission. In many other comic book movies or even other action films, action can almost be treated like filler. The heroes have done some talky talk for a while, so now the writers have decided to put in a nonsensical fight which carries no importance to the plot at large. Dredd's use of action is deliberate, and the well choreographed sequences have a lasting effect when they don't overstay their welcome. The quick world building is delivered in a way where things keep moving and you only really hear what needs to be heard to understand the plot of the story, as things keep to unfold as quickly as possible in a very action-packed pace. Looking back at the opening 10 minutes to the film, we learn about megacities and the dystopian future, have an introduction to the narcotic known as slow-mo, which is plaguing the streets, and also have it explained how Dredd's sidekick is a telekinetic mutant that a few people have developed in the post-apocalyptic setting. Information is given on the fly. There is exposition to get us on our feet, but only every now and then. Just like the action sequences, it doesn't overstay its welcome. All we need to know is the parts of the world which are integral to the story being told. There's one scene at the beginning where Dredd is responding to the crime that carries the whole story, but you also get to see the multitude of other crimes that are going along in the city, and surprise, surprise, the judges can only respond to so many of them. The crime is so vast and the Hall of Justice has so few judges that they can only respond to a fraction of the crimes being committed. We get to see for a split moment how vast the city is and how much order is struggling in a metropolis of chaos, and then we are immediately pulled to a small portion of the chaos going on in the city. This gives us a picture of the world outside the stage the movie takes place in, so the struggles we see in the movie are nothing but a speck of dust to everything else going on in the sprawl of the megacity. This gives an everlasting taste of how this is a larger-than-life world, but we only get to see a small snippet of what's going on. I'm surprised this movie didn't do better when it came out. Many have said it was poorly marketed and also came in at a time when the industry was overrun with Marvel movies, so an independent comic book movie struggled to get traction in an already comic book saturated market. With the 2010s hype gone and the Marvel movies plummeting in quality these days, I highly recommend checking out Dredd for free on Tubi. As always, thanks for watching.